Cool. Okay. No, we're not. We're not okay. Why are we not okay? Because Suiryu got hurt real bad. And I know about this already, but they did a good job of it, I believe. That's going to fall over if you leave it there. Well, Punch Man, Season 2, Episode 8, The Strong Ones Fight Back, was good. I actually quite enjoyed this episode because they conveyed the story well. They made me feel things, which I'm supposed to feel. And I was happy with what they did, to be honest, with some of the stuff. Yeah, and now the battery dies. The Strong Ones Fight Back is a great name for this episode because it does describe what this episode is all about. It is about the Strong Ones fighting back. Not obviously just the stronger characters in the series, but what Suiryu even counts as the strong. And it's a big, Suiryu's a big focus this episode, as he should be, because it kind of, gives him new perspective on things. And it's done really well, in my opinion. I just think, what do you think, Matt? Because you're not making it clear. And I was quite happy with what they did, because they stuck to the story, and maybe it's to do with performances as well, but there were times I was like, man, this is really good, I'm really enjoying this, because right, throughout the episode, of course, it's mainly, it's what this is, if you are, the kind of message is, there's always someone stronger, and the cocky ones are getting obliterated, kind of thing, because that's how it starts off, of course, so just start off with the main, Rosie transforms. Chose, he's absorbed by his new strength. Chose beats him very easily. Same with the other monsters. They all try, the other martial artists, Boltane, Benpatsu, and Hamkichi. They all transform and they're like, yeah, look at our new strength. And then Suiryu bodies them instantly. Chose is very cocky about his newfound strength as well. He's like, I'm the pinnacle, I'm the greatest monster. I will show that fighter from before who I am. Suiryu wrecks him as well. Talking about the Suiryu Chose fight as well, it was alright. It wasn't amazing, but there were some things I did quite enjoy from it. Maybe because I've just kind of accepted things with this season, but there were some bits I really liked. So there was that shot where they both punched each other at the same time, and it's that clash in the yellow background as they fall back, as they knock each other back. I thought that looked really good, and even just a small bit before the super speed clash happens, where they're boom boom. It's a good example to show Suiryu's strength as well, because obviously Suiryu is not a weakling by any means. He might seem, obviously, whenever you go up against Saitama, you probably seem pretty trash in comparison, but you've got to remember who Saitama is, and Suiryu is an example of remember who Saitama is, because Suiryu is not weak by any means. He's taking on a couple monsters and a demon class at the same afterwards in a good fight, he tenses his muscles up to block the horns, he knocks back the attack. And one thing I like about this is Suiryu does show traits of a hero. So when he starts fighting back, it's obviously for more selfish reasons, but as it goes on, it's for less selfish reasons. So obviously, when he blocks Chose's energy ball, of course, he's the girl, but at the same time he's protecting the other people too, so there are those traits of heroism inside of him. And obviously, when he gets the opportunity to become a monster from Goketsu, after he beats Chose, he goes on to talk about how, the character, you can live an easy life, which is all Suiryu's wanted, really. That's been his goal. He just wants an easy life that he doesn't really have to struggle with. But he turns it down. He turns down becoming a monster, and he says, because I don't want to become someone as ugly as you. But there is something obviously there that, he goes up against Goketsu. And as Suiryu gets cocky, the others were for him, Goketsu wrecks Suiryu. And they did a good job with this too, because as the fight goes on, it's very apparent that Goketsu is strong, and this is an executive level. Suiryu is by no means weak, but Goketsu is just insanely different. And I like the comparisons between them, I guess, because you could say Goketsu is kind of like an evil Suiryu if Suiryu went down a darker path with what he wanted, because he wants power, just Goketsu and Suiryu, they have no mercy for the weak, they're very much I'm, the strong survive, the weak die kind of thing. And Goketsu proves this time and time again where Suiryu is put in place by Goketsu. And obviously, the whole time he's you got 3 seconds, get up or die kind of thing. He's you got to prove that you're strong to me or you're going to be killed, because that's the only way I'm going to let you to survive. And which is very cruel of Goketsu, because Goketsu is so powerful. Especially, he's one of my favourite monsters in the series. I think he's intimidating and he's great. And one of the reasons I love him, and I'll talk about it in a bit, is it's this whole theme of cockiness throughout this episode. Obviously, like, Bakuzan, when he realizes, like, what's going on, like, how Tsuru's being beaten, he's like, after seeing Tsuru fight, he's like, I don't think I could ever beat you, so I'm going to turn into a monster just to become more powerful than you, because I want to be stronger than you, and I'll do anything for that kind of power. So obviously Bakuzan transforms. It's a good lesson about the monster cells as well. It teaches people, you know, what these things do, and what, like, you know, the dangers of them, I guess. It's very simple, like, what cells do, but it's good overall. And obviously, what I like is, once again, Tsuru's perspective on heroes, because he goes from being, like, you know, this person who's never really struggled in his life to actually, you know, for once being the weak person in his life, being the weak, and he gets what it is now, and he's scared, and he's terrified, you know. So, obviously, and because of this, when he's weak and he's beaten down and he wants help and no one's showing up to help him, it's great when Snake and Max show up, because they're heroes, and, you know, and he might be like, wait, and obviously they're stronger because they're in their hero outfits, and as, like, Snake explains, like, it's good against fight, like, it's a specialized battle suit, and Max has got his lightning shoes on as well. So, and, like, Tsuru's like, why did you come back to help? And it's like it's a great moment when they're like, to help you. Like, they sound like they're like, are you stupid? We're here to help, of course. Like, we're heroes, it's what we do. And, well, obviously they have that little team up against the Three Crows, but, like, he's like, okay, let's get out of here, guys, now. But, like, a hero can't let villains run away, and we get to see this, and, like, despite the fact, and this is one thing that really helped me like Snake and Max, is, like, I liked them before in any case, but this kind of moment where, like, no, we're heroes, we've got to take down this guy too, we can do it. And they don't have any doubt, despite easily losing to this monster before, they know they've got to do it. Very Moomin Rider-esque, because it's right here, right now. Speaking of Moomin Rider as well, something I said about the last episode I didn't like is that they cut out the Moomin Rider scene, they had it in this one, so I'm fully okay with it now. I don't have a complaint, because, like, I did like how they did it in this episode, because obviously, you know, when Tsuru was helpless, we cut to Moomin Rider, who's very heroic and, like, won't back down, so, but, like, it's like this whole message that, you know, heroes arrive, heroes are here to help. So when, obviously, you know, at the same time when they showed up, Tank Top Master showed up and helped Moomin ride out with his fight, and obviously has that great line, he's like, don't be too reckless, you're not even wearing a tank top. I knew that line, yeah, I really did. You know, and, like, it's obviously, you know, he's got this new perspective on what it is to truly be, like, weak and a civilian. And one thing I love about this episode too is it does actually really make you, like, dread, like, I knew Saitama was going to show up at the end, but I was like, Saitama, come on, get there already, man. Like, I think there were a couple scenes like that. I think the main ones for me was when Goketsu's literally when he grabs his punch and just starts flicking him with his finger over and over again. And then when, obviously, Tsuru's like, I gotta get out of here, run, 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 and he just jumps as high as, like, all the strength his legs can. And then Bakuzan in his dragon form shows up and just starts pummeling down on Suiryu. And it's like, Saitama, get there, please. It's done super well, and, you know, once again, like, going back to this theme of cockiness, and, you know, like, the strong fight back. You know, after Bakuzan's, I've got this theme of obviously he's like, no, I'm better than you, Goketsu, and then obviously Goketsu very quickly puts him in his place, and this is what I mean about, like, cockiness, because Goketsu isn't cocky. He has been humbled in his life. He recognises, like, and he says to Bakuzan, and it's a very good point, because not only does it build up Orochi, but it puts some perspective into him. Like, he's got no mercy for the weak, but, like, he recognises, like, listen, I'm stronger than you. You're strong, I am stronger than you. But there are beings out there who are stronger than me, and there is Orochi who is stronger than anyone. Great way to build up Orochi, by the way, because we've seen Goketsu beat very, very easily this S-class, like, level fighter, Suiryu, so no issue whatsoever. So to build Goketsu and say, like, Goketsu himself is confident he doesn't have a chance against Orochi after losing to him in the past, even with his newfound power, says a lot about the strength of Orochi. Great way to build that up. And, you know, it's like I said, it's good sense of helplessness, and I do think performance comes into this as well, is how, Suiryu, like, it's very, like, similar to Moomin Rider. Like, the Moomin Rider scene, I loved it when I first read it, like, but I loved it in a different way when I watched it in the anime, because when I first read it, I was like, this guy's amazing, but when I watched it in the anime, I started to, like, I teared up, because it was that emotionally impacting to me. But I guess, like, in a similar way, like, I enjoyed this in a slightly different way, not, like, emotionally, but, like, it gave me enjoyment again over the scene where Suiru's like, help, help, someone help, and, like, he's screaming, like, because, you know, he's a civilian, and he knows what it is now to be weak and just be beaten down, like, very much so. Like, he's doing everything he can. Like, he understands heroes can't always be there, and, you know, it's this great scene. It really is. I love it. And, you know, and when Saitama shows up at the end, it shows like how it's kind of like when All Might shows up in My Hero Academia. For you fans of My Hero Academia, when All Might shows up, you're like, it's a sigh of relief because you know things are going to be okay now, and that's what it was with Saitama. When Saitama shows up at the end after Bakuzen tries to stomp on Max and Snek, like he saves them and he's like, Suiryu, I heard your cry for help, and I'm here. Don't worry, I am a hero. And like, boom! And obviously he has that pales. The pose is great. I love it. Like, he looked a bit weird. I'm gonna be honest, but you know what? I'm comparing it to the manga in that sense, and he looked really good in the manga because Saitama he's not messy. He's here to be a hero, you know, like that's what he is to like, and maybe that's just how Suiryu sees him. Like he doesn't see him as like, you know, the goofy little guy that we all see him as. This is Saitama doing what he does best, helping out people, being a hero, defeating the monsters. So like this man is like probably the greatest thing he's ever seen. And that's what I love about this scene too. Yes, I guess like that's most of it. Like direction-wise, like there are things that got breezed over a bit, and like I'm like, yeah, I prefer this in the manga, of course. But you know what? There was a lot of stuff that I thought was done well too. Like I said, I still enjoyed the story overall, and it did a good job portraying that. So I'm happy with this. But there is something that wasn't in the manga as much that was in this, and that was probably my favorite thing about the whole episode. So like I said before, of course, we got this whole theme of, you know, Watchdog Man and not of like, you know, the cocky getting beaten down. This is what it is for Watchdog Man and Goro. Goro hasn't really lost a fight. He's lost against Saitama, of course, but he can't remember it. So as far as he knows, he's got a very clear win streak. And after watching Watchdog Man and, you know, saying he's a beast, he is. Like, he's nothing like a normal fighter. We don't even really get to see this fight in the manga, so it's so entertaining to see it when Goro lunges at him, and obviously Watchdog Man dodges, and then just he goes at him with Waterfall and Rock Crushing Fist like, bah, 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 and Watchdog Man just goes like, bah, 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 just playing Shake with him. Like, this guy is no problem to Watchdog Man, and it shows like there's real definite like S-class level differences between the strength levels of the S-class, but like, it was just so fun to watch. I laughed quite a bit watching that because we got to see it and it was really, really good. And obviously, you know, he's got very simplistic design, and from what we've seen of characters like Saitama and Tatsumaki, they're incredibly powerful fighters and they've got the simplistic design too. I loved it, you know. I thought it was just done super well. Like, it was very good. I don't really think I got much to say apart from that. Yeah, like, my favourite bit of the episode was the Watchdog Man bit, but you know what, I think they did portray the message like Suiryu's growth as like kind of more heroic feats, and then him having to experience what he's like, oh, I don't want to be weak, and like, you know, like his whole thing has been like, I'm strong, I can look after myself. But when he's up against true strength like Goketsu and Bakuzan, these Dragon level fighters, he gets a chance to experience what it is to be weak, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it at all. So when obviously he starts to appreciate what heroes do, and when Saitama shows up, a hero who can do this, like, you know, it's like a new level of respect for him, and I'm ready to see where this takes him in the future, though, as a character. And obviously, I know what happens next, and this was a bit of a weird bit to end. Obviously, Saitama saving the day isn't, but this next episode might be a bit weird, but I'm interested to see what they do at the same time. But yeah, overall, I think I'm done with this talk. Yeah, but what did you think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I'd actually quite like to know. Give it a like if you like this review, subscribe if you want to see more, like, comment down below. Let's have a little chat about this episode. Because I like to know things, despite the fact the next episode will probably be out by the time this is out. Okay, goodbye!